Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another awesome Polytopia video where we review some games. So here today I'm going to show you a 1v5 that I did against 5 opponents. So I'm going to be playing as Bardor and the other players are going to be playing as Polaris, Amanti, Illyrian, Vinger, and Chinchi. So quite a few different tribes. So here we go, we're going to see the first of the players playing as Polaris. Going ahead and advancing with the Mooney, getting organization. So here you go, I level up, turn 0, typical Bardo stuff. Now this is a live game, so sometimes you do get network issues. So that's why some anti got skipped a bunch of times first. So here you go, the first mistake that all of these players made was first getting a tech and not using it on the same turn. Only get your tech when you're gonna use it. So very important. Some anti finally moves. Getting an explorer in free-for-alls or games with a lot of opponents is not too bad, but still I recommend you get mainly a workshop in your first city and then an explorer like Chinchi did. So you go, I get forestry, cut one, just typical barter stuff, upgrade, and I get an explorer in my second city for the vision, so that my economy is still decent with the workshop from the first city. So I get riding, which is really good on dry land. So here's Vinga. So they're just playing typical Chinchi, typical tribe moves. Polaris is getting quite unlucky with their cities. They get strategy and maybe go into diplomacy. Because the 1v5 was pretty, we talked about it, making sure that everybody's on the same team. So they're gonna go for diplomacy, try and get a lot of stars from each other. And it's gonna be a major star boost for them if they are able to get diplomacy. Lyrian gets a population rune. You go, it's retreating, knowing that it can't really siege. So Vinga kind of forgets that they're teamed. This was planned, trust me. We did talk about it being a 1v5 and that everyone's aligned, so Vinga just decides why not. So here you go, I go for my first kill, killing Simanti. Illyrian just gets another population rune, which is insane. So it's now able to get Dragon through a while. Vinga finally realizes that they're aligned. So here you go, it's just Polaris goes for exploration, gets climbing. Oops. Yikes. So you go, I capture all of the cities. And go for an explorer, which is nice. Illyrian gets climbing for a bit more vision. I like it playing defensive, trying to not let me get the cities. It's very good because they pretty much know that I could take the cities away from them if they try to get them. So here we go. Polaris goes ahead and gets another city. Uh, I go for the warrior move over here. I'm gonna try to go ahead and road the warrior onto the village. Next turn, that's gonna make it a bit harder for Illyrian to see my warrior instead of just going onto the fruit. So I whack Illyrian's rider pretty much for free. Now, I did make a mistake. I should have put a road over here, roaded up Hexco to my capital to upgrade it, but it is a live game, so my plays aren't perfect. Here we go. Illyrian plays really well using the monument to upgrade. Very nice. He's still playing very defensively. Trying to prevent me from getting the cities and expanding. So here you go. It's just Polaris gets mining. I get organization. I'll finally connect up the city like I should have done the turn earlier. Go getting this city upgraded. Always upgrade your level 2 cities before doing anything. You should always try to have level 3 cities instead of level 2s. So here we go. I'm starting to launch an attack. Loading the warriors onto the villages, and I'm also trying to block, making it harder for my opponent to get rid of my warriors in the village. Basically, blocking using the riders as shields. And get my first giant. That warrior is going for the ruin. Alright. So my opponent sadly fails both cities, so I get both cities. So here I'm just completely winning now, basically. Because I got a giant already, and it's gonna be really hard for my opponent to catch up as Illyrian, because Illyrian can't get giants. It's gonna be really hard countering that giant for Illyrian. Chinchi is going very strong currently. They're gonna get a pretty strong economy. There's a really strong forge spot, a level 5 forge that they're gonna be able to get. But they miss out onto the ruin, because very important to remember that when you giant push or polytopia push, if the warrior, if the unit hasn't moved, it's just gonna move towards the center. So here you just missed on a ruin a turn earlier. He upgrades. Use those two roads hoping to, siege, but I didn't see that there was a rider here, which blocked me from sieging, but sieged anyway, so. I'm capturing the cities. Finally found Chinchi, which gave me more stars. Always upgrade your level 2 cities first. Very nice. So you go now that I've upgraded all of my cities to level 3, I can now start getting giants, which I promptly do. Here's the second one. Then I get my third, using the monuments. And then I get another one, so 4 giants on turn 9. Pretty nice. They just can't catch up with it. So the basically the best way to win 1v5s is adding like a lot of pressure. It's like in another video I told you how to add pressure when you have way less cities than your opponent. Basically you have to try to go for the economy, try to rush giants, and just rush raw power. So that's what I'm doing here. I'm just not letting my opponents have a turn, have an economy. I'm just trying to get them killed as soon as possible. Getting a rider, chopping a bunch. Go Illyrian is already getting double sieged. Finger isn't doing anything. So they need to have actual power to be scary. So here we go. Chinchi is playing really well here. They're starting to, going for the economy, getting giants. I would love to see that level 2 city being leveled up though. But it is a live game. You gotta remember that nothing here is perfect. So we go. I get strategy from Maroon. So no, I didn't get strategy for no reason. Purposefully. So you go, I siege, just not giving my opponent a break. Mr. Giants are just gonna go ahead and wreck Lyrian's capital, starting to attack Polaris. Getting more giants. Just more power. So I'm just doing very well. So I'm not gonna really show the rest of it because it's just me completely obliterating them. So basically what happens is, a turn later I start sieging. It's just I start getting an attack on Polaris, I start getting more giants. And basically I start just overtaking it. Lyrian's got the dragon, but It is enough to kill a giant, by the way. Their army combined, so they get a hold of that city for a few turns. Chinchi's doing very well, holding the position quite well, but they're holding this position, but it's just here. It's just destruction. It's just getting destroyed here. So Chinchi can't hold everything. So after a while, it's just me then destroying Vinga. Venga just gets cloaks. Diplomacy is not a bad idea. But, it's just. And Chinchi's starting to lose their position over here. So I get a giant. And Illyrian's dead. And Chinchi just can't hold it. Like, it probably could hold this side if it wasn't for this side just completely destroying everyone. So yeah, so the game ended on turn 19, which I can't view because of a bug. But basically, I got all the capitals.